Welcome to Literacy Home Learning. This is a literacy unit appropriate for children learning from home during this extended school closure. It is designed to provide learning opportunities for primary age children and will develop their ability within the national curriculum. This is lesson number 3 in the series. Please listen along, pause the video when necessary, and complete the task appropriate for your age and ability. To be prepared for today's lesson, make sure you have something to write with and your home learning book. Follow along with the video and be sure to pause when you've been given a task to complete. You will know when to pause the video when you see the symbol in the bottom corner of the screen. Today's learning objective is to write a formal letter. In today's lesson, you will hear the first part of the story The Tin Forest by Helen Ward and Wayne Anderson. There was once a wide, windswept place, near nowhere and close to forgotten, that was filled with all things that no one wanted. Right in the middle was a small house, with small windows that looked out onto other people's rubbish and bad weather. In the house lived an old man. Every day he tried to tidy away the rubbish, sifting and sorting, burning and burying. And every night the old man dreamed. He dreamed he lived in a jungle full of wild forest animals. There were colourful birds, tropical trees, exotic flowers, toucans, tree frogs and tigers. But when he awoke, his world outside was still the same. Time for your first quick task. With your home teacher, look at the pictures of the old man and discuss how you think he feels. Make note of the adjectives you choose in your home learning book. Here's what we thought. We thought the old man looked worn out, lonely, sad, upset, secluded, tired, gloomy, and miserable. Time for your next quick task. Year 1 and 2. In your home learning book, create simple sentences using the adjectives you have used to describe how the old man feels. Here's an example to help you. The old man is upset. Years 3, 4, 5 and 6. Look at the sentence above. We'd like you to change the words in the sentence but still keep the same message. Here is an example to help you. The time-worn gentleman felt miserable. Write 5 different sentences in your home learning book. So how can we solve these problems for the old man? By adding a conjunction to the sentence you've just created, we can advise the old man as to how to solve these problems. If we were using conjunctions like so, therefore, if, because of, this, or for this reason, after the simple sentence, we can then write the advice we would like to give the old man. Here's an example. The old man is upset. For this reason, I think he needs a friend. Time for your next quick task. In your home learning book, use your simple sentences from the last task and add a conjunction to give the old man some advice. The main task of today's lesson is to write a letter offering advice to the old man as to how to clean the dump and make his life happier. There are some special rules you should follow when writing a letter. Here is an example of how to write a letter. In the top corner, you should have the address of the sender. We've made up a simple address for him. In the opposite corner, you should have the date. You then start the letter with Dear. After Dear, you would add the person's name. Below this, you will leave a line, and then you can start to write your message. Finally, when you've finished your message, you will need to say goodbye by ending the letter saying who it is from. Use this slide to help support you when writing your own letter. Year 1 and 2, here's your main task. In your home learning book, write a letter to the old man offering him advice on how to lead a happier life and how to make his house a better place to live. Year 1, write one piece of advice on how to be happier and one on how to make his house a better place to live in. Year 2, write 2 pieces of advice on how to be happier and 2 on how to make his house a better place to live. Year 3 and 4, here's your main task. In your home learning book, use the success criteria below to write a letter of advice to the old man on how he could lead a happier life and make his house and the dump a better place to live. Your success criteria is to use the correct letter format with the address and date in the corner, use an appropriate greeting, have an introduction, give several pieces of advice and reasons for this, have a conclusion, and use an appropriate closing and leave your name. And finally, Year 5 and 6, here's your main task. In your home learning book, use the success criteria below to write a letter of advice to the old man on how he could be happier and make his house and the dump a better place to live. Here's your success criteria. Organise a letter correctly. Have an introduction. Use paragraphs to organise each piece of advice and the reasons behind it. Use a range of conjunctions. Use a range of modal verbs such as could, should or would. Have a conclusion and use an appropriate closing and leave your name. So how have you done? Time to share your work with the class. Read your work to your home teacher, but don't forget to check for spellings and punctuation mistakes before you do. Well done everybody, that's the end of lesson 3. Be sure to join us again in the next lesson.